Actually, infant feeding is very important because it determines the your future citizens, future national leaders of a country. So, what is the optimum feeding like? Here, the breastfeeding up to 6 months is standard, including colostrum. The first 3 days milk, they are full of antibodies and rich in carbohydrate, protein, and fat, and the saturated fat. So the colostrum and exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months is the gold standard. But breast milk has deficiency of iron in 2 months or so. Infants will be deficient of iron, so they need to be supplemented with iron at 2 months or so. When the bone marrow of the newborn starts working, and it takes time to take over, and the maternal hemoglobin level drops. Though in that time you have iron deficiency, anemia, so give physiological anemia of infancy, and in prematurity it is a little bit more aggressive, more higher sort of anemia. So treat iron with iron, oral iron. And all breastfeeding infants have vitamin D deficiency. It is needed for universally in all to children. So give them to all the children vitamin D 400 IU up to 1 year. Afterwards, it is 600 IU like an adult. So vitamin D should be supplemented, and then weaning at 6 months. Weaning means the supplementation with the local foods, which is nutritious, which is palatable, culturally acceptable, and your rich in all the ingredients, six proximate principles of food, like carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, and water. And then it is the intelligence of the mother to decide the composition of your complementary feed. Stomach emptying time is 3 hours or so. So child should be given winning food at the interval of 3 hours, not more than 4 hours, and not before that. No, there should not be any force feeding. Child, when he is hungry, he will take. This is the natural process. Like, don't compel. At the same time, don't remain idle. Also, do appropriate behavior, and then it is the mother's intelligence. The When there is child is underfed, their growth will be stunted, both height and weight. Also, stool, maybe little bit of starvation stool. Once upon a time, common in the developing nations and your low middle income countries. The starvation stool is greenish, pea-like, CD. Not that watery profuse. So this child grows optimally when you do not give enough food, complementary food, and then and then breastfeeding. Complementary feed will go on increasing up to 5 feet at the age of 9 months or so. And it will contain milk-based formulas. This milk is essential because it contains calcium and phosphate, and foods culturally acceptable to our nations. Most of the nations of the world are milk-based, so it is needed. Breastfeeding along with this your complementary feeding 4 to 5s, ultimately 5 actually is gold standard. So at 1 year the child will have your birth weight triple. At 5 months or so it will be double, and 2 years it is quadruple or more. So but too fat, too thin, they are not wise. It is, again I will say, it is the parents' intelligence, mother's intelligence. Actually, the food is being purchased by a male, so he is also important. What he is purchasing, his level of intelligence is being reflected in the child's weight and height, cleanliness, everywhere. It is being reflected. So it is a brain growth takes place in the first 2 years of life. It's important to have the adequate amount of nutrition to your growing, developing brain. If it is not, myelination will not take place, and the brain will not grow optimally. Child will be of less IQ, as you see in the under care nations. So 20% of the children are stunted in our nations, and another 10 to 20% obese. Both are unwise, both are unhealthy. So optimum weight, hair, and height, they are essential. Cleanliness, nutrition. In fact, it is the discipline of the family, the intelligence of the family, peace in the family, tranquility, and the tradition. It's the abundance and guidance. They are reflected in the child's nutrition and child's well-being. So mannerism and the social norms are also important over here. Optimum care and best way of the caring children is essential, and it includes the not finance. It includes the intelligence. It means it is the reflection of the your intelligence of the family, parents, and optimum care, best way, best mannerism, and best possible care to a child is needed. So I'll ask every parent should follow the best, should give the best to every child.